If you've been thinking about buying your first rental property, 2026 might actually be one of the best years to start. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to buy your first rental property in 2026, a step by step guide. Real estate is still one of the most powerful ways to build generational wealth, especially for immigrants in the US and Canada. But most beginners don't know where to start, what mistakes to avoid, or how much money they actually need. So today, I'm giving you a simple, clear 9 step roadmap to buy your first rental property in 2026. So let's jump in. Step 1, prepare for your down payment. For investment properties, most lenders still want about 15 to 20%. So on a $400,000 home, if you're looking at roughly 60 to $80,000 as your down payment, now if you're just starting and you don't have that much saved, there is another option. You can consider an FHA loan with 3.5% down. But here's the catch, you have to live in the property for at least 1 year. The smart beginner hack is you buy a duplex, live in one unit, and rent out the other. After a year, you can move out and rent the whole property. Just remember, with FHA loans, you'll also be paying mortgage insurance, which increases your monthly cost. But it's still one of the most beginner friendly ways to get into your first rental in 2026. Step 2, fix or build your credit. In 2026, lenders are extra sensitive to credit scores. If you want a good interest rate, aim for a credit score of 700 plus, ideally 730 or higher, because even a small change in interest rate can make a big difference to your monthly payment and your cash flow. So before you even apply, pay your bills on time, reduce your credit utilization, clear any errors on your credit report. Make sure that you do this before the bank does a hard pull on your credit score. Step 3, speak to lenders, but don't apply yet. This step is important. At this stage, you're not applying for a mortgage, you're just having conversations. Call a few lenders, say something like, here's my income, here's my approximate credit score. What kind of loan amounts do you think I can qualify for? Ask them, how much could I qualify for? What programs are available in 2026? What would my estimated payment look like? But very important, don't let them run your credit yet. You're just trying to understand your buying power, not starting the approval process. Step 4, decide what type of property you want. Now, let's talk about the kind of property you want to buy. In 2026, your options are pretty much the same as the previous years. You have single family homes, duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, and even condos. For your first rental apartment, I usually recommend something simple and stable, something like a single family home or a duplex or a triplex if your budget allows. I recommend avoiding condos or apartments as your first investment property because HOA fees have gone up quite a bit and they can seriously eat into your cash flow. Step 5, start researching properties. This is where things start getting real because now you're looking at actual properties and actual money. Most beginners feel overwhelmed at this stage, and that's normal. The first thing that you should check on any property is this: is it cash flow positive? Let's look at a simple example. Suppose the rent that you can charge is about $3,000 per month. Your total expenses like mortgage, taxes, insurance, basic maintenance is going to be about $2,500 per month. So that leaves you with about $500 positive cash flow every month. And that's the kind of property that you want to aim for as a beginner. Try to avoid properties that are negative cash flow unless you're very experienced or you have a very clear strategy. Also, as a first time investor, avoid properties that need major renovations like a new roof, new HVAC, any structural repairs, because these can be very painful and very stressful if you're just starting out. So focus on safe neighborhoods, good schools, strong job markets, and places that you would feel comfortable living in. Those areas tend to give you better quality tenants and more stable rental income. Step 6, get a pre approval. Once you know what kind of property you want and roughly what your budget is, now it is the time to actually get pre approved. This is where you tell the lender, okay, you can run my credit now, and they'll check your income, your debt to income ratio, the employment history, your cash reserves, and sometimes expected rental income. If everything looks good, you will receive a pre approval letter. This is powerful because now you can start making serious offers on properties. Step 7, choose a property and make an offer. Now you're ready to zero in on a specific property, and this is where having a good real estate agent is going to help you a lot. Look for an agent who understands investment properties, knows rental markets, not just owner occupied homes, can show you realistic rent comps and not just optimistic numbers. Once you find a property you like and the numbers make sense, you make an offer. When you write your offer, always make sure that it includes an inspection contingency and a financing contingency. These protect you if the inspection finds major issues and if the financing doesn't go through as expected. So these are really critical and very important. Step 8, do the inspections, sometimes even yourself. So if the seller accepts your offer, the property goes under contract. Now it's time to do your inspections. Most inspection reports will show something, so it's okay. Don't panic. That's normal. But what you're actually looking for are major problems, safety issues, and expensive repairs. Once you have the inspection report, you can ask the seller to fix certain things or request for a price reduction to cover repair costs. If the inspection shows serious problems and the seller is not willing to negotiate, then you have to be willing to walk away. It's better to lose one deal than to buy the wrong property. Step 9, closing day. Once inspections are done and you're happy with everything, you move towards closing. Closing is mostly all about paperwork, signatures, paying your closing cost. You'll sign things like the deed, mortgage documents, disclosures, and once everything is signed and paid for, congratulations, you're now the owner of your first rental property in 2026. You can make light improvements, list the property for rent, start generating cash flow, and take advantage of the tax benefits that come with rental properties. Now, one question that I get a lot is, how do I buy a rental property if my credit is bad? Well, you still have a few options. You could reach out to hard money lenders, they're more expensive, more short term, or you could try private lenders such as your friends, family, or any investors who trust you. Or what I would recommend is fix your credit and wait for 3 to 6 months. That's often the best option. Bad credit does not mean that your dream is dead. It just means that your timeline might be a little different. So, buying your rental first property in 2026 can completely change your family's financial future. And if you found this breakdown helpful, do tell me in the comments. Let me know which city you're planning to buy your first rental property. And if you want more videos like this on buy to rent, immigrant investing, and real estate in the US and Canada, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.